Hi, welcome to the Retirement Railroad Friday Live and Mail Call. It's Retirement Railroad 2.0, and it's not Friday Live. This is pre-recorded, and it's not a mail call. As I stated in previous live stream last Friday, I am out of town, back in Florida, attending a court show, and so I'm unable to do the live. So I'm sitting in recording here or there. And what I thought I'd show is working on the wiring harnesses, pigtails, whatever you want to call it, that run underneath the layout and feed all the different places on the layout. And there's 16 plus places. So with that, let's switch over to the hobby bench back behind me on the other side of the car here in the training room, aka garage. And stay tuned, we'll get right after it. Alright, so what we're looking at is the control board that is removable, so everything's got to have plugs and so forth to it. That is the DCS 210 controller. It connects up there to the alpha meter, which measures the voltage and amperage draw. That in turn feeds the PM 42, which is that next board right there. Connects up, and what that basically is 4 circuit breakers. Okay, so it divides power up into 4 power districts. Then those power districts then each feed another area. One district feeds the switches, which is the top output on the right side of that breakout board. Again, I'm pointing right now to those circuit breakers. And by doing that, if you get a short in one area of the layout, it doesn't take the whole layout down. It helps isolate it and helps you find what the cause is quicker. All right. And the top circuit breaker, again, that feeds the switch machines. The next circuit breaker feeds 4 sidings and the 3 districts of the 4 sidings, 5 sidings, excuse me, and 3 districts of the westbound main line. The next one coming out, I'll point to it here. Everything's wired up to 2 power strips so that it can be controlled by the A girl. That district goes to the switch machines, and there's a plug right there that you plug in, and that connects it up to the bus wires for the switch machines. All right. That next one, and then there's 3 more. The next one, the one I just pointed to with the wires pre-connected to it, that goes to the motorman. Okay. And the motorman will control the center main line so that I can have a train going back and forth being controlled by the motorman with pauses at each end. Now the second district down between the 2 that are already connected, that's the westbound. All right, that's the motorman again, just showing where the leads are and the plug to connect it up. Okay, that's the breakout board connector for the BDL 168, which takes those 4 districts and subdivides it further into 4 more sub-districts for block detection. And it measures the current draw through any of those 16 districts. All right. which then, since it's all tied into LocoNet, which is tied in to the computer, which then goes to JMRI, you have block detection. The computer can tell what of the 16 areas are drawing power. So for example, that would be occupied. All right. So that's what the whole process is for here, and it's very complicated wiring. Right? So next thing I want to do is show you what it looks like on the layout. So the next thing we're going to want to do is put together a wiring harness, or pigtail. Pigtail term comes from the trucking industry. It's the curly Q wiring from the tractor that connects to the trailer. All right, and the curly Q making it look like a pig's tail. Okay. So that's what we're going to have to make. We've already made one and have 4 sidings for that top district on the BDL 168 already underneath the layout, and that's the female side. It's a male plug, but it's got the female receiver built into it. All right. Those we'll have 4 of those on the BDL 168, corresponding to the 4 up underneath the layout that we'll plug together. All right. So we need to make that pigtail next. All right. All right, there's the plug we're going to be working with. We got to hook up some wire to it, because I want to make sure we got to put a 6 foot, at least a 6 foot piece of wire, so that it can reach from one end to one end of the layout. You split the casing open so that wires can go both ways, 6 feet from the center. All right, that makes sense since it's a 12-foot long layout. All right. Next thing to do is get my wire. You know, my tools I need. Right now I'm measuring out the wire. And to make sure I have enough, I'm estimating out about 7 to 8 feet of wire. Actually, it's 9, but it's probably closer to 8. So I get the wire all together. And got my cutters, got to run over back to the other workbench. Get my cutters. Alright. Got the wire off. Then I need to split the outer casing off. Straighten the wire up a little bit. I don't know if y'all know it or not, but when you get a multi-wire cabling, oftentimes there's a cord on the inside. Now, I didn't know what that cord was for years. Turns out you grab that cord and pull, you hold, you start a little strip, a little cut, and you get a hold of that cord, you pull that, and it slices right down that outer casing, making it real easy to strip back that outer casing and get to the each of the insulated colored wires inside. as you can see there's 5 wires in this cabling. All right, and they're not all the same colors as the pre-wired harness that I got. All right. So I have to mix and match. Brown on the plug becomes green wire, and white becomes black. And as long as I know that all the other 3 colors match up, as long as I know that, we're good to go. All right, so I'll put this thing together, and then we gotta feed it up under the layout, and then get it all attached. All right, so we're back at the workbench with the layout above, and we've got our pigtail plug on one end and open wiring on the other. And that's the reason being, some of this wire goes one direction and some of the wire goes another direction. So we're going to get these all sorted and put up underneath the layout and fed through to the tracks, and then get them soldered up. So hang tight. Okay. The white wire is the common. It hooks on to the corresponding bus line. Since we're working on the backside main or the westbound main, all right, it just connects in the center. So I don't need a whole lot of wire for that. So we're going to cut it back. All right, and then we're going to put a tap on it so we can connect her up to save that wire. And tap connector and ribbon tool. I'm talking about tap connectors. And I can put this on because it doesn't have to run through any of the holes in the sub portion structure of the bench. Okay. Now, we don't have a color coding yet, so we might as well make one up. We got four different colors here. One will be for the far end of the main line, center of the main line, and the other far end of the main line. The other will be for a siding. Let's make red for a siding. And we'll make blue plus yellow makes green. So we're going to make green the center of the main line. And if I get up here and look at it, where can we tap into it? Not a whole lot of places. Got a spot right down there. So we're going to have green and yellow. I don't know how we got hung up on something here. We sure did. We're going to feed green and yellow. Red's going to be for a siding. Green and yellow down towards the end, the left side. Yellow will go all the way. Green and yellow fed through the first of the structure. Whoopsie daisy. Whoopsie daisy. We're going to make green the center. So I've got the wiring harness fished through everywhere. We're pointed down one end of the layout. And what we're working on is this main line, which also includes this section of track, little joints together. These two and these two are sidings that are separate power. Okay? And I've already wired those up on the first pigtail wiring harness. So, because this main line has so many switches, this all stemming off of the center section, green wire, I have gone ahead and jumpered a couple places to ensure we've got a positive connection. Down at the end, there's one switch that is not jumpered, so I did it there. And here, jumper down to here, and then this is one solid rail, so I didn't have to worry about that. And from here down to here. So with that, everything on the center section should be tied together nicely. And we have this for the end section down here. Green is made up of yellow and then blue on the other side down there. Just trying to keep it in perspective. So let's go ahead and solder this, all these little connections up, and we'll get her done. Off the excess wire. Sections down there we'll also have to deal with. Alright, I figured my flux. I did. Hang tight. Because the track is pre-painted or pre-weathered, whatever you want to call it. This one's not, so I don't have to worry about there. That one was already buffed out, as was this one. All right, but I use this with a wire brush to buff it all out. Okay, so let's get these four. Oh, this one's not done. Let's get it done. Well, that concludes our Friday not live nor mail call to keep you interested while I'm away in Florida attending a koi show. I hope you found it beneficial, or at least entertaining. I did find some wiring errors from the first harness I had to fix. And again, that's why I'm doing all this, so that I'm sure I know how to do it before I get into a bigger situation. So with that, I want to thank you for joining me here at the Retirement Railroad Friday Not Live, nor a mail call. And y'all have a great day. Bye now.